Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for part 3 of Professor Victor Singing Eagle's fabulous, brilliant lecture in English Composition 1 here at Sisseton, Wahpeton College. And now, your host, the man, the myth, the legend, Professor Victor Singing Eagle! Yay! Right on. As you might recall from our previous lecture, we were talking about logical fallacies. We talked about Pop Quiz C, and I said I posted our final exam instructions and a template for my beloved students of English Composition 1. Are you ready? Now, I got to preface this because I know how students are. They don't pay attention to the stuff I tell them. I'm not even going to get into that right now because right now I'm going to stay in a good mood. One thing I got to warn you is make sure you make it through the whole class. Don't try to turn in your final now when we still have a couple more weeks of class left because there's other things you need to learn. You can start working on your final now, but do not try to submit it now. Do you understand? All right, now, what I have written for you here is a template. It's almost like a fill-in-the-blank final paper, just for you. Because it's already pre-formatted. All you got to do is just delete all this gobbledygook and go here and put in your last name, put in your title, put in your name and everything else. I mean, you just download this and do it. Matter of fact, I think I uploaded this as a PDF, but I'm also going to put a doc file for you guys so that way you can actually open it as a document and edit it at will. How's that sound? All right. Let's look at our instructions, shall we? This document has been set up to assist English Composition 1 students in their final research papers, although the minimum requirement is 6 pages. It's highly recommended that you do not simply try to satisfy the bare minimum. Ooh, man, that coffee is really kicking in, isn't it? Yes, it is. Remember, this must be printed in 12-point Times New Roman. Use that font, double space, 1-inch margins all around each side. Use MLA style. If you get stuck with me for English Composition 2, I will teach APA. We haven't really messed around a whole lot with MLA yet. I know I focused a tiny bit, gave you some little hints here and there, but I'm really going to get into MLA. Modern Language Association or Modern Language Academy, whichever you prefer. These people get on my nerves. They get on my last nerve. I'm not going to tell you why right now because I don't want to fuss. I want to help you succeed in our class. So we'll reserve the fussing for later. Now, let's see. We need a title page this time. Usually MLA does not require a title page, but for the purposes of our class and our final paper, I want a title page. And it's already done for you, so there's no excuses. Give me an introduction or background about your topic. We're going to discuss what the topics are in a second. Your own discussion of the topic. So we've got 3 or 4 paragraphs. Start a new page and go on to your own discussion. Start a new page and go on to your conclusion. Start a new page and do a works cited. We need about 3 or 4 sources, if I remember right. I'll look into it. If you have any appendices, put them in there. A lot of times students won't even bother with appendices, but that's optional. That's what I put there. Anyway, penalty warning. I've been pretty laid back all semester. Keep in mind, I will grade these final papers without mercy. It will be very easy to flunk this paper, and you'll be stuck repeating this class next semester simply because you did not read and follow directions. Your instructor will delete, subtract, whatever, 5 points per discrepancy if he notices you did not follow these directions. So it says here how to use this template. This is really simplified, and all the directions are on there, on the template itself. Like I said, you're going to use this as a template. If you don't want to, you can just type your own, but you're going to put your last name, page number, Sisseton, Wahpeton College, put underneath final essay so I know for sure what this assignment is, because you never know how many assignments I get dumped on me. So if I don't know what it is, I'm not going to know. Is this a final or is this the annoyance paper? What is this? Got it? Okay. Your name goes there. Don't use green. Oops. That shouldn't be your name. That should be the title of the paper. I got to go back and edit that. My bad. Your title. Type your title here. Then your name goes there. Class. Me. Term. Boom. Go ahead and start a new page. Your last name. Page 2. Introduction. So it says here, put the introduction. Go ahead and put your thesis statement there too. So you're going to have an introductory paragraph. At the end of that introductory paragraph, put your thesis statement and underline it. Underline your thesis statement. Next, remember to double space, use proper pagination. Again, this is going to be page 2. Originally, the MLA didn't let you count your title page as a page, but now they do. So, okay, cool. Some questions that you should address in your introduction are, why does that say 4? Who knows? I got to go back and fix this. I don't know what this is. These numbers are weird. What have other people been saying about your chosen topic? What kind of research did you conduct? What were the goals of your research? Was there enough information? Or are you taking a new stab at your topic? Why do you consider your topic to be important? Why should your readers consider your topic important? For instance, if I'm writing about over-reliance on technology and I narrow it down to weird online challenges that have been going around, how can I discuss this in only 6 pages? And there's an example. I'm not going to go through this, but by the way, I used to teach at Concordia College, Alabama, which is no longer there, thanks to embezzling bosses, but I don't want to talk about that because they closed the college, you see. No, Concordia was an HBCU down in Selma, Alabama, and they had a Running Man challenge back in those days. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It had something to do with dancing and stuff. And a bunch of kids went on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, which is a famous historic bridge in Selma, Alabama, and they were out there dancing on the bridge and blocking traffic. And, people had a fit about it. The black kids thought it was cool, but everybody else was annoyed. And so that's just an example. Anyway, let's go back to this. Your discussion pages. Go ahead and start a new page once you're done with your introduction page. Yes, if your introduction ends here, go ahead and start a new page anyway. Don't make your introduction too short, though, because then it'll be obvious to everyone that you're just trying to make your paper look longer. All right? All right. I'm talking too much. I got to hurry up to get through this. Don't try to fake your professor out by blowing up your font triple spacing. Starting your discussions way down in the middle of the page because it'll just annoy them and end up taking this class over again. All right. Now, start a new page and put your conclusion on a page all by itself. Again, don't forget your conclusion's got to be competent and make it sound like you're providing closure. Never, ever add new material, introduce new material in a conclusion of a paper, because if you do, it means you're not done. That might show up on Pop Quiz D, by the way. Right. So, the conclusion is to drive your main points home, restate your thesis, reassert your ideas, remind your readers what it is you want them to do with the information. And again, That's pretty much it. Now, there's our works cited page. We're going to talk about this some more next time. But we have our author's last name, author's first name, the title of whatever it is, usually in quotes, and then the main source is going to be italicized, and then the date. Put the day, the month, and the year, just like that. They keep changing the rules, MLA. They used to have they didn't want you to abbreviate, and now they do whatever, I don't care. We got author again, last name, first name, title, where this article appears, and the date. Here's another one. Author's last name, first name, title in quotes. Where does this article appear? Italicize the date. That's the simplified way. And also, if there's a web source, you're probably going to put a comma here and then put the URL. Again, we'll talk about this stuff again in another video. Now I got to talk about our final topic choices. Ooh. By the way, how are we doing on time? Let me check. I'm going to try to run this all the way through 11 freaking minutes. I got to run all the way through this. You ready? Here we go. Number one, rich man, poor man. I'm going to go fast. Dunkin' Donuts CEO Nigel Tavis says that $15 an hour is outrageous. Paying people $15 an hour. His pay is $4,889 an hour. And this is from way back in like 2012 or something. What are your thoughts on this? Especially in light of now, California has raised the minimum wage, especially for food workers, to $16 an hour. Ooh. I don't want to tell you what to think. It's your job to tell me. Number two, technophobia, technophilia. I have it switched around. I would die without my cell phone. It has to be true because I found it on the internet. Are you serious? Have we become too dependent on technology? What about the rise of AI and the robots? AIs. Number three, these are choices. Remember, you got one of these. Pick one. Don't try to do all four. Immigration woes. On one hand, our politicians keep telling us our southern border is too porous. Oh no, the criminal aliens are coming into our country. They're taking over. On one hand, on the other hand, it says, people who study demographics say that the U.S. population is predicted to decline. Uh-oh. What are we supposed to do with this? What do you think about it? Last one, number four, blind youth. Elders today complain young people don't know anything about anything other than rap and sports. They don't know anything about other cultures, other countries. They don't even know their own history. Is America dumbing down? All right, some more last minute precautions. Number one, don't be lazy. Do not repeat or restate your points unnecessarily over and over. Make sure you have a clear central thesis. Do not use slang and text speak because this is a college paper. Please write in proper paragraphs. Don't use European paragraphing like I told you before. The final draft, of course, is going to be typed, double-spaced, 12 points, Times New Roman, 1-inch margins, yada, yada, yada. And finally, if you submit your final paper without proper formatting, I'm not even going to read it. Okay? Okay. All right. That's all. Thanks so much. Have a nice week, and we'll talk about this some more in a future discussion. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. 15 minutes. Dang.